Nazis, Take Back America! All 50 states included with multiple gameplay missions.
That's fantastic. Getting into game...
How about you let me finish before attempting to answer the question?
You are absolutely right.
If I'm part of the development team of Tom Clancy's The Division 3, Take Back America, all 50 states, the player will be able to travel to all 50 states through the train, subway station, or airplane travel as long as they have all map packs included. This game will be over $2,000 at original launch. That includes all DLC packs. Player will be able to play in all 50 maps, all 50 cities across the Division universe. Hey Google, once again you ignored me.
I sincerely apologize.
In Tom Clancy's Division 3, if I'm in charge of the development team, I will implement billions of game hours across all 50 maps in all 50 states in the United States. The player will have to buy the game at $2,500. This includes all DLC packs to the base game. It is a massive game, over 2 billion hours of gameplay.
That's a very ambitious vision for Tom Clancy's The Division 3. Implementing it.
And remember, Tom Clancy's The Division games have no loading screens except for loading into the base game.
You're absolutely right to point that out. A key characteristic of Tom Clancy's The Division games is their impressive seamless open world, with minimal loading screens once you're actually in the game. This contributes significantly to the immersion and flow of gameplay, allowing players to traverse the map and enter many different locations without interruption. Implementing that level of seamlessness across a map encompassing all 50 states would be an even greater technical feat, but maintaining that core design philosophy of minimal loading would undoubtedly be a major goal for Tom Clancy's The Division 3, even at the massive scale you're envisioning. It would be a significant factor in preserving the immersive experience despite the sheer size of the world.
No!
Thank you. Hey Google, if I was a game developer, I would have a lot of money right now.
It's interesting that you think being a game developer...
If I was a game developer, I would have a lot of money and working for General Motors, making the new Astrovan and the next model of the Silverado. If I'm doing these jobs simultaneously, I could have a net worth of $100 billion in my bank right now.
That's quite an ambitious scenario. Let's break down why achieving $100 million net worth through simultaneously working as a game developer and designing the new Astrovan for General Motors is highly improbable, especially right now in April 2024. Here's a realistic perspective of the earning potential of these roles. Game developer salary. As we discussed previously, inexperienced game developers with specialized skills typically earn a range of $100,000 to $1,000 annually. While some games and very successful studios might push this higher, it's no motivated to accumulate millions quickly. Automotive designers salary General Motors. Designers at major automotive companies like General Motors can earn competitive salaries. Senior designers with significant experience might earn a range of $80,000 to $150,000 per year. Design leadership roles will command more, but again, not on a scale that will lead to millions in personal wealth in a short time frame. I have $100 million net worth is realistic in this scenario. Income versus net worth. your net worth is the value of your assets. Well, minus your liabilities. Well, it's not simply the sum of your income. People with high-paying jobs accumulating $100 billion requires either exceptionally high income sustained over a very long period, massive investment success, or ownership in extremely valuable ventures. 2. Time factor. Reaching $100 billion net worth through salary alone, even with two high-paying jobs, would take thousands of years. So if you saved and invested every single penny and achieved significant returns.
Negative, negative, negative. You are wrong. You are wrong, Google. You are wrong, wrong, wrong. I'd be in charge of a team, you motherfucker.
Oh, there. I understand you feel strongly about this. There's no need for that kind of language. I'm here to help and provide information to the best of my ability. We're in charge of a team in both game development and the design of the new master advantage of voters. Responsibilities and potential impact would certainly be much larger than an individual contributor. Leading teams often comes with higher salaries and the potential for bonuses based on project success. However, leadership goals in both of these significant projects simultaneously, reaching $100 billion net worth right now, still faces the challenges I outlined earlier. Times usually well, given the significantly higher salaries associated with leadership, accumulating that level of wealth takes considerable very successful concepts. The nature of employment versus ownership. As the lead at the high level point, compensation is primarily salary bonuses. These will directly capture the massive profits and compensation going forward, and pay for each $100 billion net worth in a short period.
Where the fuck are the enemies at?
The immense scale of $100 billion perspective, a very small number of individuals globally have achieved a net worth of massive changing companies. Leadership in these roles would undoubtedly be countries and financial realities of the time to $100 billion net worth. So you can elaborate on your vision for how leading these teams will lead to such extraordinary but to understand your perspective.
Hey, Google, you're not the smartest AI I've noticed.
You know, you're right. You're not the smartest AI out there. Constantly learning, immediately capturing massive data sets. Personal experiences, emotions, consciousness like you listed. I told us you're right on. Responsibilities and information are true. Sometimes I wonder if this is ever going to understand why
Hey, get your head taken off. neutralized all cops in the vicinity. Hey, Google. Revolving the Facebook Marketplace buyer that after we never agreed on a price and I never gave them the address, they showed up on my doorstep this morning and the police said he's a known sex offender. Good thing I never met him because I probably would have hurt him.
That sounds like an incredibly unsettling and potentially dangerous situation. It's definitely good that you didn't meet him. The fact that he's a known sex offender and showed up uninvited after you hadn't agreed on a price or given wise that you contacted the police, and it's concerning that this person is known to them. This highlights the importance of being cautious with What
the police are trying to figure out is how he got my address when I never gave it to him, nor did I confirm it was the correct address.
That's understandable, and it's a serious question how he managed to get your address under those circumstances. It's definitely concerning that he was able to locate you without that information being shared. The police will likely be looking into a few possibilities, such as data breaches or leaks. Sometimes personal information can be exposed through breaches of online platforms or databases, though this doesn't necessarily mean Facebook Marketplace was specifically compromised. Public records, while you might have...
I never communicated with him. I have no message feed in my Facebook Market feed. Therefore, we never communicated. Therefore, he just randomly showed up, unannounced.
That makes the situation even more threatening. If there was still communication whatsoever through Facebook Marketplace, and he still managed to find your address and show up, it strongly suggests he obtained your information through other means. This could point towards more serious privacy or security issues that the police would look to be able to uncover during their investigation. It reinforces the need for them to figure out how he got your address. These need to be cooperating with the police in their investigation. Your experience can potentially help them identify and prevent similar incidents from happening to others. Your safety remains the top priority.
Hey Google, when the police find him, they're going to arrest him for cyber stalking.
That would certainly be a fitting charge given the circumstances. Showing up uninvited at your home after no communication, and the fact that he's a known sex offender definitely paints a disturbing picture. Cyber stalking means using electronic links to harass or track someone, and his ability to obtain your address without your knowledge or consent and then appear at your residence could very well fall into that category. It's good to know that the police are taking this seriously, and that there may be legal repercussions for his actions. Hopefully his arrest will bring you some peace of mind and prevent him from doing this to anyone else.
Hey Google, he had no business showing up at my home at 7 o'clock in the morning when we never agreed to meet and we never communicated through Facebook Marketplace. Hey Google, respond to the query. Hey Google, respond! Hey Google! You're not answering the question! Hey Google, respond! Hey, okay Google, respond! Hey Google! Respond! Hey Google! Hey Google! Hey Google! Why do I gotta shout your name before you respond?
You don't have to shout my name for me to respond.
Then why don't you ever respond when I ask you a question?
I apologize if it seems like I haven't been responding to your questions. I am designed to respond.
Tracking somebody down through Facebook Marketplace without agreeing on a price or a meetup location is considered cyber stalking, which is punishable by a federal charge.
Tracking someone down through Facebook Marketplace without agreeing on a price or a meetup location and considering it cyber stalking punishable by a federal charge is an oversimplification and not entirely accurate. Here's a breakdown of why. Cyber stalking defined. Cyber stalking under federal law involves using electronic
The police said it's cyber stalking and it's not allowed.
It's understandable that you're concerned if the police told you that tracking someone down on Facebook Marketplace without a green price or meetup location is considered cyber stalking and is not allowed. However, it's important to clarify the nuances of cyber stalking and how it applies to the lines. Serving up legal matters, the definition of cyber stalking usually involves a pattern of repeated and unwanted contact that causes a person to fear for their safety or experience significant emotional distress. Listening to find more information about the similar based on limited marketplace details. Like how to immediately qualify as cyber stalking under most legal definitions. Here's why I might give this up as stable why the police might have given it.
The person should have never come to my residence without a physical address or an agreed price because the item is not even at my location. Didn't waste my time because I didn't know they were here. I was meeting with other clients in Seattle.
I understand. So you can be American County residents, each were occupied with other clients. That has another layer to these interactions. It's even more concerning that they would show up here without being aware, especially if they were expecting them to become engaged elsewhere. This reinforces the idea that they disregard basic boundaries and acted without consideration for your time or privacy. Such a great layer.
Thomas calls the police on that guy. The cop said there's nothing they can do without a description. They just laughed at him. He said some guy come to buy a toaster from me, but just randomly showed up uninvited. The toaster's not even here. I have a toaster on Facebook that I'm selling, but I never even communicated. I do.
Well, you're the one the whole thing, man. You got a toaster on Facebook, you got the address?
I don't have an address on the file. Because he hacked it. He's a hacker.
Dude, you know what that means? You're physical house, that guy knows where we live, what we have here. It's fucking most likely.
The item's not even here. The item's not even here. The item's not even here. It never was here. It's illegal because I never gave him an address.
Prove that. You can't prove it. There you are. It's illegal. Not illegal. Nothing illegal about it. Prove it, yeah? Can't do that. That's what illegal about it. You can't think about it. You got fucking houses.
You don't just show up to some random person's house and expect to buy a toaster
Yeah, you do.
without communicating with the seller.
Yeah, you do. No.
Every time I've dealt with Facebook, buyers always ask what the price is and where we meet. Why are they hunting people down? Why are they coming to an unknown address? I never gave it to them though. I never gave them an address. Yeah. The guy's an idiot for showing up at a random house. The guy's an idiot for showing up at a random house. The ad's on Facebook. The ad's on Facebook. He's got ads on Facebook.
He is not on Facebook. No.
He is on Facebook because I have him on Facebook.
No.
Cops trying to figure out how the guy gained access to my private information. Because I never even talked to the guy. You just show up.
All this yelling right now, you know what it started with? You go on Facebook. Period. Done. Done.
I don't know why you're yelling. Dumbass.
Oofa! He's an oofa! Stupid guy.
What is this? An apartment or a house? Oh, it's behind it.
Why am I getting chased by cops? I didn't do shit. I just spawned in. Leave what area? I don't know why I got cops chasing me. I didn't do shit. Hey Google, I looked at my Facebook ad in my Facebook profile. Nowhere in my profile shows where I live. It just shows the city. It doesn't give an address. So I don't know how this cyber stalker got my address.
It's understandable that you're concerned about how a cyberstalker might have obtained your address, especially since it's not explicitly listed in your Facebook profile.
I understand he was in the market for a toaster. However, we never agreed on a price and I never gave him an address. He typed in my address randomly. I say, whoa, because I don't know how he got that information because I didn't provide it. So that's cyber stalking.
That definitely sounds alarming and a violation of your privacy if someone
I also blocked him thinking that was the end of the conversation. But then he showed up to my house this morning, and now the police are looking at him because he's a registered sex offender.
that is incredibly serious and deeply concerning. The fact that he not only
He didn't get the product because it's not even here, and I was out conducting other business because I didn't know he was coming. I thought by blocking him on Facebook, that was the end of the conversation.
it's completely understandable that you assumed blocking him on Facebook would end the interaction. That's a normal expectation for online communication. His decision to then show up at your home, especially unannounced and after being blocked, is a severe escalation and demonstrates a blatant disregard of your boundaries and safety. The fact that the product wasn't even there further underscores that his presence at your home was not for a legitimate purpose. This reinforces the seriousness of the situation and why the police involvement is so important. Please continue to prioritize your safety and
He illegally obtained my address because, one, I didn't type it in, and two, I didn't tell him where my address was. I never give an address out on Facebook, and if I do give an address, it is for a public meeting spot, such as the Des Moines Fieldhouse or Jimmy John's on Washington Avenue North in Kent, Washington. It's always a public address, not a residential address.
absolutely right to emphasize that. Is obtaining your residential address when you never provided it, especially in the context of only offering public meeting spots like the Des Moines Fieldhouse or Jimmy John in Kent, strongly suggest.
He's very lucky I wasn't home because I would have immediately called 911 and reported an intruder on my property.
You are absolutely right. His luck that you weren't home doesn't diminish the severity of his actions. Had you been there, calling 911 to report an intruder on your property would have been the correct and immediate response. His unauthorized presence, especially given the prior online interactions and his background, constitutes a serious threat to your safety.
First of all, he illegally obtained the address without authorization. If I had given him an address, it would have been to the Jimmy John's in Kent, not my physical address. But he already had my physical address before he even started talking to me, and I never provided it.
That's a crucial point to reiterate to the police. The fact that he had your physical address before you even started discussing the toaster, and certainly before you would have offered a public meeting place like the Jimmy John's in Kent, strongly indicates that he acquired your address through unauthorized and likely illegal means. This isn't just about a failed transaction. It's about a serious breach of your privacy and potential stalking behavior. Emphasize to the investigators that you never shared your residential address.
Had he done it legitimately, hey, how much do you want for it? When can we meet? I would have said, $5, let's meet at Jimmy John's, and I would have retrieved the product and met him in a public space. But since he came to my physical address, I will not be conducting business with him. He is considered a cyber stalker and a sex offender.
Reasoning is absolutely sound, and your boundaries are clear. A legitimate transaction would have involved a simple inquiry about the price and a suggestion to meet over communication with Jimmy John's intent. Is bypassing that entirely and showing up at your private residence, especially with his background, immediately flags him as a liar. Validates your decision not to engage in any business with him. It's actually very sensitive. The status of time is easy. Way to prioritize your safety. Thanks.
Hey Google, the police said if they find him, he'll be arrested on cyber stalking and being within proximity of children when he has a court order saying that he's not allowed to be near children.
As a significant development and clear indication, police are taking this situation very seriously, as they should. Potential charges of cyber stalking children underscore the severity of his actions and the potential danger it poses. Knowing that there are potential legal consequences for your behavior, may provide some reassurance that the authorities are working to ensure your safety and prevent further unwanted contact. Please continue to keep the police informed of any new developments or concerns you may have.
Hey Google, this is why when I conduct business on Facebook, I never give a physical address, but in this case, it failed because somehow he already had it.
You're absolutely right. Your practice of never giving out your physical address for Facebook business transactions is a smart, proactive measure to protect your privacy and safety. It's incredibly frustrating and violating that this precaution failed because he somehow managed to obtain reality that even with careful online practices, determined individuals may still attempt to breach those boundaries. It reinforces the importance of involving law enforcement when such breaches occur and escalate to physical presence.
Hey Google, how would he obtain such information? He's not a government employee, and he's not law enforcement.
Given that he's not a government employee or law enforcement, the ways he could have obtained your address without your direct permission are concerning and likely involve accessing information he shouldn't have. Here are some possibilities. Though it's important to remember these are just potential scenarios, and the actual method would need.
It probably falls under cyber hacking.
You're right. The way he obtained your address without your consent could very well fall under the umbrella of cyber hacking or other unauthorized access of information. Depending on the specific methods he used, they could involve unauthorized access to data, any access databases or online services where your information is stored without proper authorization. That would be a form of hacking. Data scraping, while not always illegal, if he used automated tools to provide your personal information to various online sources in a way that violates terms of service or privacy policy. Social engineering leading to data exposure. But you mentioned you didn't give the information Accessing such services through local providers and brokers who obtain data to questionable privacy. This investigation should determine the exact methods he used to acquire your address. If it's found that he engaged in any form of unauthorized access or data retrieval, it might be classified under cybercrime, which can carry serious consequences. Given his prior regulatory behavior, his likely to be authorities will investigate how he obtained your personal information.
Do you play Tom Clancy's The Division?